The praise keeps pouring in for Jamo, Jamison Williams. This from Sam Laporta regarding Jamison Williams. Quote, he looks much more comfortable this year. I mean, holy crap. He is so fast right now. I'm watching him run posts and pylons and go routes. He just looks so smooth, so comfortable. He's catching the ball really well. Ball sounds different coming off his bat.
Just
Best
sounds
shape
different.
of his life.
Just sounds
Best
different.
shape of
coming
his
into your
life.
hands, yeah.
This is the football OTA hype is becoming the football equivalent to spring training hype. But I don't know if there's a player on the team. I remember last OTA session last week, Dan Campbell said he's the most improved player. And, one thing I think we've learned, fans love offensive weapons. Fans love guys with speed. And he is both of these things, an offensive weapon with elite speed. So there you go. There you go. So let the hype machine crank out more hype for Jamison Williams. It continues.
Did you guys see the other player that's being really hyped up too as well?
I don't know who you're referencing, so maybe.
For the Lions.
Yeah, I suspected that's what you meant. But who?
Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay, so yeah. Is there anything specifically you want to bring up, or because that was sort of the next box to check here?
Oh, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Just that these two players, coming into their own. Jameson, obviously, the first 2 years because of injury, suspension, but Jahmyr Gibbs too. I mean, Louis Riddick put out there that he might be an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
Who are you more excited to see this upcoming year, I guess, was my question.
So that's a pretty lofty. This was brought up to Scotty Montgomery, and the Birch Kid did a story about exactly this. And that was whether or not he could be an MVP candidate. And Scotty Montgomery, the running back coach, said, man, that's hard when you start thinking about the people that won that. I haven't thought about that. I have seen growth in a young player. I know he's super talented. I also know there are things he can get better at in that process. If he blossoms into what you say, then it would be great to be along for the ride. So the reason that was brought up is because there's a comp you can make between Jahmyr Gibbs and Christian McCaffrey. Gibbs caught 52 passes on 71 targets, both top 10 marks amongst running backs. But he only had 316 yards. Here's an interesting stat. Last year, Jahmyr Gibbs ran 36 routes from the slot. So 36 routes lined up basically as slot wide receiver. Compare that to Christian McCaffrey, who was Offensive Player of the Year. He ran 89 slot routes and picked up 564 receiving yards to lead the NFL in yards from scrimmage. And McCaffrey finished third in the MVP voting. So imagine Jahmyr Gibbs and a Christian McCaffrey. I mean, I hate comparing guys to like the best at what they do, but
yeah.
And the weird thing is it's the running back tandem in Detroit that might keep him from getting it. Is David Montgomery is going to get his share of touches and deserves them.
That's why I was just about to say. So that's going to take away those receptions.
Yep. I mean, but it's fun to think about. These are two young, explosive, exciting players that typical progression, but not guaranteed progression, could be way better this coming year.
And certainly hope that Jamo is. I like where Jahmyr Gibbs is at. You need Jamison Williams to step his game up significantly, and by all accounts he has. Although I did read some stuff from Dave Burkett that mentioned that there were some miscommunications with he and Jared Goff. I believe it was a drop pass. So there's still it's still work in progress, but they do like that there's progress being made for sure.